Alrighty team, so we have our heel elevated glute bridge. Now you may have seen the hip thrust variation of this. We're now going through an isometric version. So a heel elevated glute bridge is going to be the bilateral movement, or both feet on the bench. So as always guys, with this, I know you hear glute bridge, you might be thinking it's more glutes. We are focusing more on our hamstrings in this movement, and of course I will quickly run through why that is. So when we go to set up guys, we want to make sure that we're not at 90 degrees. So you'll see my legs here are running on roughly a 45 degree. From there, I'm keeping my toes pointed up to the roof, so I'm getting the whole hamstring working, my bicep femoris, and also my SAMIs, so the lateral and medial parts of the hamstring. From there, all I'm going to be doing, just like a normal hip thrust, is coming up into that isometric and holding, making sure that as I drive up, I'm still keeping that posterior tilt with the hips, but I'm also making sure that those toes stay pointed up to the roof. I'm not slowly letting them go out to the side, which may be what your toes want to do if those SAMIs, the semitendinosus membranosus, are a little bit weaker, or we have an asymmetry there. So we're making sure we hold this position. We're trying to pull those heels back towards us to really engage that hamstring. And then once we're done, coming back down. So guys, that is a great movement. It is also a really good beginner movement for strengthening the hamstrings isometrically or in a hold. So I very do much recommend that. However, if it's time to progress from this movement, either in your program or you yourself know it's time to progress, then just linked up here, I'm going to have the single leg variation, or our unilateral variation up there. And as always with the unilateral variation, you're potentially going to notice an asymmetry. So one being stronger than the other. But as I said, that's linked just there, so you can go ahead and watch that if it's time to progress within the movement.